Hello, happy Sunday. It's Sunday, November 5th. I'm Gina Bulow. I'm coming to you live in the Hive from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, where I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today's class is a card buffet. So for those of you that don't know what a card buffet is, usually and I did this for the in-person version, so we're doing this online and in person. Oops. Let's turn my phone off. We don't need to hear me, do we? Oh, I can't turn myself off, guys. There we go. Anyways, so shout out, say hi, tell me where you're from. So the card buffet, essentially I made 6 cards, and in person, you get to pick and choose what cards you want. So of the 6 cards, you can pick to do all 6. You can pick 1 of this card, 2 of this card, 3 of this card, however you want to do it. Those of you who are joining me online get all 6 cards. I thought I would try that first just to see how it works. I didn't want to get myself in too much trouble and get overwhelmed as to who gets what cards where and ship people the wrong cards. So hello, Faylene. You're coming from Oregon. Thank you for sharing. So that's how a card buffet works. And this is the very first time that I have done a card buffet. I shouldn't say that. I did a card buffet in person a long time ago, but first time online, and Christine hasn't even done one online before. So very first time for this. So what else do I have to tell you guys today? I just can't believe it's November 5th already, and the holidays are gonna swoop in on us really, really fast. So I'm gonna switch the camera around and we will get stamping. So our very first card, hello, Hazel, Sherry, Jennifer, Polly, welcome everyone. Our very first card today, we're using the autumn leaves and we're making a book binding card. So essentially here is your bind of your book, and then here it opens up like this. So this is our first card today. So, and this you will find in your kits, I made 2 cards of each kind just to spread out the DSP and the pack in case I ran out or anything like that. So some of you might have gotten this pattern or some of you might have gotten this pattern, but essentially they're all the same card, okay? So in your kit, let's see if I got it. Oh, I don't want to lose my little gems. They sometimes get tucked in the corner. We found that today when we were stamping, all the little pieces kind of get tucked in the corner of the envelopes. So you're thinking you're missing some, and you just gotta, look in those corners sometimes. So here we go. We have our traditional card base, and I don't remember what they're scored at, but there's traditional is 5.5 right here, and then this might be an inch or so. I don't remember quite what it is. So here's our other score line right here, and we are going to fold it over just like this and use our bone folder, okay? Hello, Sandy from North Dakota. This is great. Anybody watching football? Anybody, what kind of fans do we have here? I know today is Sunday football day, so I might be distracting some of you from that. Just curious. So now we have a piece of Moody Mauve, and we have a piece of our DSP. We're gonna adhere this over here, and this is gonna be for our strips. Or what else is everyone up to? We actually had a pretty decent day here in Wisconsin. I don't know that it was super warm, but the sun was peeking out for a bit, and then it got cloudy, and then I think I made it in the 50s today. I kind of been inside all day, so I haven't been out in it, but it was a good day for a lot of people to get their leaves cleaned up and before we get snow again. I don't know where everybody is, but we had snow on Halloween, so it was definitely a trick, not a treat on Halloween. So here now we have a Moody Mauve piece here, and most of you will find, just to save paper, I actually might have cut that leaf out I have little kids that help me. My children help me. I shouldn't say they're little, they're teenagers now, but sometimes it's just easier to give them the piece of paper to cut. So they help me wonderfully by doing some die cutting, and sometimes, you know, there might be some bribing. I am not above bribing my kids, so sometimes there might be a little Starbucks run involved, or a cupcake or something like that. So we have our Moody Mauve piece, and then I have a piece of vanilla. I believe this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and this piece is 4 by 4, and I've embossed it with the painted texture embossing folder. Hello, Karen. So there, now we have those two pieces together. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to stamp our leaves. Now, if you do not have this stamp set at home, that's okay. These leaves look just as pretty without them being stamped, but we're gonna stamp them, and we're going to actually stamp off. So we're gonna start with our big maple leaf, and this one is in copper clay. I gotta have this closer to me. I can't see it, guys. That, or you're gonna get my whole head in the photo. We'll see how well I did this. It doesn't look like it's too bad. There we go, we did one. For our little oak leaf here, we're gonna use Moody Mauve. Stamp that one off. There we go. And our leaves here, we're stamping in Pretty Peacock. And I love this color combination. The DSP that they came out with this, I believe it's still available. I don't know, it was out of stock for the longest time, and the color combinations that they have with this set they're just so pretty, I think. Okay. So now we have our leaves all stamped, and I'm going to stamp our sentiment, and I'm going with a grateful heart, and we're going to stamp that in Pretty Peacock. There we go. And we're gonna stamp the inside of our card while we're doing all of our stamping. Now, I don't have a sentiment that I want to use on the inside for this one, so I'm not gonna put a sentiment, but if you had a sentiment, I would do it in Pretty Peacock. And then, in that same autumn leaf stamp set is this little, oh wait, I am sorry, I take that back. This is from Color and Contour, this stamp set. So it's this piece right here. So if you had this stamp set here, and you didn't have the autumn leaf stamp set, you could easily do that over the leaves too, if you wanted to, or any other pattern that we have in the catalog. You could do a pattern over your leaves too, or you could emboss them. So there's a lot of different options if you don't have this stamp set that you could do different things with. And I'm actually going to take and stamp off, and then just stamp along the edge like this. There we go. And then I would put my sentiment there, okay? I think all of our stamping is done. We'll clean off our stamps quick so I don't get ink everywhere. Is anyone watching the Packer game here in Wisconsin? I did not I was typing for tomorrow's tutorial, so I haven't heard. Wondered if they did any better today or not. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces together, right? So for our book binding, you're just going to apply glue in this section between the two score lines. Oops. I brought my glue bottle here that is just about done. I might be able to get a few cards out of it yet, but not much. And then we're just going to fold it over like this. And then, oops, we're going to put our strip here, our two pieces that we put together. And glue that down. Okay, and now we have our base here, or I should say our mat. Okay, so now we have that down. Packers won today, Sandy. What was the score? Okay, so now I'm going to bring in some dimensionals. And I am going to lay our pretty maple leaf down. Kind of do it off to the corner, kind of angled it a little bit. And then we're going to take our oak leaf here. I'm just going to put a dimensional at the top of it and just put a little bit of liquid glue. You could put a little liquid glue there, but I've got enough dimensionals there. We're going to angle that off to the side. And then kind of going to tuck our tree ring. So this is from the tree ring 3D. It's a 3D folder and it has framelits to go with it. So I'm just tucking that up there. I'm going to just swirl a little bit of glue there. What else is everyone up to this weekend? Anyone started Christmas shopping? When my kids were younger, I always started probably mid-October. Fleet Farm, they opened their big Toyland around here. I don't know. I think that's Fleet Farm's just a Wisconsin-based store, and that was kind of like the start of thinking about Christmas. So you'd go in October, like mid-October, they open, and you kind of take the kids. I guess I would always take my kids to the store and kind of get their Christmas list going, and they could pick out what they wanted. And usually by then the ad has come out, and the Target Toyland ad is coming out and things like that. So it's crazy. It's October, and that is what we're thinking, right? Actually, it's November, but October is when the bells start ringing. And Packer fan here, they won 20-3. Oh my gosh, what a good game. I'm just going to check to see if I have my tear tape. Here it is. I haven't been watching the Packers. Usually been busy with the kids and all that lately, so I've been missing the games. But I've heard they've not had such a great season, so hopefully. Sometimes it takes them a little bit to get in the groove, so hopefully they can do that. Against the Rams. Okay, so now with my ribbon, I'm using this Moody Mauve textured ribbon. And I'm just going to weave it back and forth behind our label. I put tear tape on the back. That's how I like to do my ribbon, is place tear tape on the back, and then I'll put another little piece over the top of it. What other kind of football fans do I have out there? This size is a little bit longer than this side, so I'm just gonna slide my label. We're gonna do this. We're gonna put this down like this, and then we'll put our label back on so it looks a little more centered now. There we go. Then I'm going to use my ribbon scissors, and I'm just going to angle the ends. Like so. There we go. And then I'm going to take my last leaf, and I saved this for last because I just kind of want to tuck it in there. Put a little bit of liquid glue in the bottom here. Now, how many of you are starting to work on your Christmas cards? Anyone got a good start or is finished making their Christmas cards? I guess I'm pulling this up more than I wanted to, but there we go. Hi, Susan, welcome. I hope it's sunny in Florida. So there we go. We have our ribbon, our sentiment. We're gonna add some of these brush metallic dots. And we're gonna have to add some Wink of Stella on here, so I'm just gonna take I think I gotta add a little bit of juice to it. I should have probably done this before I put gems in, but that's okay too. There we go. Susan, you started feeling not a football fan? Well, then I'm glad you're here stamping with me. So, hey, my label looks crooked, guys. Gotta tell me those things. Haha. Looks like I need a glue dot. My husband is not a huge sports fan. I don't know how I got a husband like that. Which works to my benefit because I can drag him shopping and it's not an excuse as to why he can get out of Christmas shopping. Even though I do most of it, I still drag him along once in a while. Is this straight now? Looks straight now. There we go. Paula, my Christmas cards are all done other than signing and writing notes. Wow. Good job. That is awesome. And then we can glue our inside. Karen, you have a good start also. That is great because it's like all of a sudden it sneaks up on us and it's Thanksgiving already. And I know I like to try to I try to get my cards out by December 1st or right after Thanksgiving, but some years it doesn't work that way. But that's usually my goal. People are ready then for Christmas. I have a girlfriend I always tease. I swear she has her cards done every year before Thanksgiving, and she must send them out on Thanksgiving Day or like that Wednesday, because I always get her card like the day after Thanksgiving, and I always say, oh, I'm gonna beat you one of these years. I came close last year, but not quite. Hers still came first. So there's our very first card. I hope you guys like it. I love this color combination. So here's card number 1. And our next card is, we're gonna go with a bear. Set this off to the side. So we kind of went, or I should say I kind of went with a, kind of like a snow globe look with this card. So here is our card. Now, for those of you that don't have this stamp set either, you don't have to stamp the bear. He can just be a white bear and add some Wink of Stella to it. So if you don't have the bear, that's okay. You can just leave them plain. So this, I guess I don't know what kind of fold this is called, but it's almost like a double Z fold type of card. So here's your traditional card base in Misty Moonlight. So here's the inside of our card. And then, so that's a traditional base. And then this one, I believe is, I'm gonna guess, hold on a second, 4, and I think it's 10 1/4. And then it's kind of like a Z fold. So you got a score line here. So here's your 5 1/2, and then I think it's like 2 1/2 or something like that right there. So it comes down like this. And like this. So you see, this is not glued, so only part of it is glued to this other half, okay? So we'll get started with this one. Bailey, you have a craft room that explodes all over the house, huh? That sounds just like me. Mine is the same exact way. I really don't have a craft space right now where we live. So it is literally in our living room / dining room and has taken over everything. I even had to bring the cutting, or not the cutting board, the ironing board out. It's seen more use for stamping lately than it's probably ever seen for ironing, because I do not like to iron. I don't know about anyone else, but it is not my favorite thing. Actually, my husband does not mind ironing, so a lot of times I will let him take that over, so, because I don't enjoy it. Okay, so here we go. We have our, oh, Mary, you're playing catch up. Sounds good. I'm glad you're here. We have our traditional Misty Moonlight base, okay? And then here is this card base folded in half, and now they do not match up. So this piece right here is shorter than this top piece. So don't be worried, it's supposed to be shorter than this, okay? And then at this other score line here, you're going to fold this down, okay? So here we go, just like this. And then this piece goes on top of your Misty Moonlight, okay? Okay, so just like that. And then we have a piece of basic white, and it's embossed in the, I don't know if you can tell, there you go, the Snowflake Sky embossing folder. And he is gonna go, I called it a he, it could be a she, right inside like this, okay? So now we're gonna stamp some pieces. I'm gonna set this aside and we're gonna stamp. Let's see how well I can stamp my bear. I did really good with my leaves, so we'll see how well I do. So we're gonna use Smoky Slate for him. We'll turn him the correct way. I think I got them all on there. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Okay, and then we're going to put our Merry Christmas. You have a little tiny strip like this. And we're going to stamp that in our Misty Moonlight. And it just kind of fits on here like this. There we go. Okay, so then we're gonna stamp our inside right away. And I think I'm gonna go with Christmas is Better Together. And we're gonna stamp that in Misty Moonlight. So I would love to know what you all do for Thanksgiving. What do you have any traditions, or where are you gonna be this holiday? We are going out to the farm, so we'll be with Christine and her family. We eat lots of food. As you all know, Janet loves to feed a house full, so there will be tons of food. I don't know if she always makes a turkey. Sometimes we have chicken, which I love chicken, so we do that. And the kids always love to play games, so and the Bertrams love to play games, so it is a win-win all the way across there. I usually eat way too much. I know I'm probably not alone in that one, and I usually want to try, I do everything I can to try not to fall asleep, but there are times I've nodded off, I'll admit, just because I'm in a food coma. So there we go. Then we have our little tiny bear. So we got a little baby bear here, and he is gonna go in the corner down here. And my kids usually have off the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, so I try not to work. Sometimes I only have to work a half a day, depending how busy it is and how close Thanksgiving is to Christmas. And so I usually try to make some like Thanksgiving cookies with the kids, and some cutouts and things like that, and then we'll frost them, and then we'll have it for Thanksgiving. We'll bring them out to the farm, and you know, one more thing to eat, right? Because that's what it's all about, all that good food. Okay, so hello, Connie from Ohio. Welcome. I am so glad you are here today. And okay, so we're gonna bring our card base in. Remember, this is what we have here. So we have a strip of DSP. That goes right there. There we go. And then, as always, vellum. A lot of times when you use glue, it'll peek through. So we're actually going to be hiding a portion of our bottom of our circle. So I'm going to put glue on the bottom, and you won't even see it coming through, okay? We're going to layer this just like this. And some of you, I've altered, and for those of you tuning in now, I just want you to know that some of your DSP might look slightly different, but it's all from the same pack, so, and they all work well together. So So there we go. I'm gonna put some, no, I'm actually going to put a little bit of glue, liquid glue, right in through here, okay? Maybe a little bit lower, like this. Because you want to make sure you don't get any glue up here. Oops. And then you do what I just did. This is what's great about live TV, you guys. I was going to put my vellum. So I had my vellum here and I had it up here. So Sue Beasley, hello from Australia. Oh my goodness. Wow. Welcome. I don't think I've had anyone from Australia before, so that's exciting. Okay, so I've got this on here correctly now, and later I'll go back and I will use my glue eraser and we'll get that tackiness off. Okay, then we have this little blue label here that we have done in the timber embossing folder. Actually, I will put my Merry Christmas on first. So our Merry Christmas that we just stamped will go in the center of this. Okay. And we'll put dimensionals on that. And it's going to go right about there. So this, think of this as your base of your snow globe. There we go. Okay, so now you have two silver trees here. These are the adhesive backed, let me just move my lights a second. I'm gonna see if that, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a shadow. Adhesive backed glimmer paper. So make sure to peel off your white pieces here. And these peel off really nice. I do have to say, you know, sometimes when you take your tear and tape off, I've been known to take the ribbon to, or take the tape off too with it sometimes. It's hard to get off, or I usually use my scissors for getting that off. And then I'm just layering my trees. I put the larger tree on the outside and the shorter tree on the inside. And our little bear, I'm going to Stella him up because I think everything's better with glitter. I don't know about anyone else. Is there anyone here that is not a fan of glitter? Like, absolutely hate it, hate cleaning it up. I know Tyler is. Tyler does not like glitter. Do not bring the glitter anywhere near him. We're gonna pop him up. And then tuck him in just like that. And then we're gonna bring in our bow maker, and we've got the it's a 2-pack. There's gold and there's silver thread here, and we're gonna make a bow. And this bow does not, or this ribbon doesn't stay tied very well, so make sure when you do this that you get your bow nice and tight. And then we'll use some glue dots. And we'll tuck it right in the corner just like that. Trying to get this piece from sticking up. Okay, so just like that, guys. Well, he's gonna stick up at the ear. Looks like that's the way he's gonna be. So then we're gonna bring in our diamonds here and add a little bit of bling. Okay, there we go. Our front is all done, and then it just pulls down like this. We're gonna put our inside in. And here we go. Isn't this cute? I just love this card. So cute. And I like sometimes having non-traditional colors, so that's fun too. Okay, there is our bear card, guys. I'll clean up this mess a little bit. Is anyone crafting alongside me today? Anyone working on something, working on your Christmas cards? I know I sent out kits late, so I apologize. I've had a bit of a sick household lately, so I'm a little delayed in having gotten those out. So I apologize, but you should receive them soon. Okay, our next card is our Season's Greetings card. This traditional card, no fancy folder or anything, but just opens up like this, okay? I have my notes falling out, guys. Okay. Here we go. Gotta make some space to work, guys. And I'm forgetting to do my envelopes, so don't forget to stamp your envelopes too, guys. Okay. So here we have our shaded spruce. Okay. Here's our vanilla for the inside. We have a piece of cherry cobbler and a piece of vanilla. As you can see, we did a little paper saving here because we're going to cover this up with DSP, embossed in the Painted Textures embossing folder. Just going to pop out my little pieces here. Well, I made most of them into the garbage. That's good. I won't have to clean them up later. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is adhere. We have a piece of, some of you got the wood DSP. This is the Joy of Christmas paper. Some of you got the wood and some of you got music notes. Excuse me. I'm just going to apply glue right here along the edges here. I don't want to get glue in the middle. So this piece here goes right over the top, just like this. Okay. And then we're gonna adhere this to our cherry cobbler piece. It's starting to get messy, you guys. So just like that, okay? The next thing we have is our real red ribbon. And we're gonna wrap that around the center. Like so. I have a little extra here, so we'll cut him off. Okay, so now we have our ribbon on. There we go, just like that. Okay, then I'm going to add dimensionals. I'm gonna pop this up. So those of you that don't know, I have an 18-year-old and he still lives at home with us and stuff. But he made a big boy purchase this weekend. He knew someone that was getting rid of he's been looking for a project car, I should say. And so he finally found one. He knew someone that was selling I don't even know what year. I'm thinking it's got to be close. We have a Corvette also. And I'm guessing it's close to the same year as ours. Ours is an 84. And so he purchased that this weekend, and he's been out at the farm all weekend. He took it out there, and I don't know what his plans all are. It does need a lot of work, but that's why he bought it. He bought it so that he could have his own project and fix it up and make it his own. So we will see what happens with that. I'm excited to see what he will do with that. I haven't actually even seen it. I've only seen pictures. They went and they picked it up, I think yesterday, the boys did, and my husband dropped our oldest son off to pick up his car, but he drove off, so they never actually showed me, so I've only seen pictures. So Janet has actually seen them before I have. So I'm actually, because this is easier because this is detailed like this, I'm actually going to go through and add some Wink of Stella to this right away. And you probably don't need to do the tops of the berries because, well, we're covering those, but I just did those anyways, so. Here we go. So now we're going to go on to our stamping. So we have our little label here, and we're going to stamp Season's Greetings in Pecan Pie. Now, do you guys all say pecan or is it pecan? Does anyone have pie? What do you do for your traditional Thanksgiving desserts? I would like to know that. Are you pumpkin? Are you pecans? Are you apple? What do you guys like to do? There we go. That turned out good. I like apple. I'm an apple pie girl. I don't mind a little pumpkin pie, but I would much rather have, what would I rather have? I would rather have like pumpkin bars instead of pumpkin pie. Oh, and here's our inside of our card. So we're gonna stamp wishing you a season of hope and light. Stamp that there. And we have some greenery here that we're gonna stamp, and then we're gonna color it in with our Wink of Stella pen. So we're gonna just take this and put it off in the corner like this. And now I'm gonna take, I kind of gonna go in the middle. I like to add dimension. You could just color it all inside, but I feel like you could get a little bit darker and then a little bit lighter, just to give it a little bit of dimension. There we go, just like that. Polly, you always make 2 pumpkin pies. Now, do you have pie with ice cream, or are you guys like put whipped cream on, or Cool Whip, or what do you guys like to put on your pies? Okay, we're going to adhere our label. Karen, you are Team Pecan. Okay. I think last year we had pecan and pumpkin, and I'm guessing there was probably fudgy bars sitting there too. I'm not sure. We'll see what surprise Janet has for us this year. Okay, then we will pop this up. And center this on our card. Like so. And then with your holly leaves, there's like a stem in the middle, and I guess I'm calling it a branch. Whipping cream, yum. That's my favorite to put on any pie, is whipping cream, Polly. So in our card here, we have the holly leaves, and then we have this little piece right here. That's actually from the center. I thought it looked kind of like cool, like it could be a branch or something, and so that is what I did with that. And I'm just gonna tuck this in here, like so. And this gold glimmer paper is also the, has the adhesive back on it, so no messing around with glue. Yahoo! So we'll stick that one in the corner up here, and we're gonna do the same thing with this one. Oh, and I almost threw my piece away. So with those of you who have your kits, don't throw this little guy away here. And I love ice cream with warm apple pie. That is very true. Nothing like warm apple pie and some nice ice cream. Yum. Yeah, I do feel though, like certain things require, like pumpkin pie, I believe is great with whipped cream, and apple pie is definitely an ice cream kind of pie. Does anyone else do something that's maybe not so traditional? Does anyone do something completely different, like something with blueberries or even cranberry? Does anyone make like a cranberry pastry at all? Okay. Okay, hi, nice. Oh yeah, no wasting in the paper department. So now I'm using a Real Red blend, and I'm going to color our rhinestones with this. And I feel like it's amazing that once you put these red gems on here, I feel like it just makes this whole thing just pop and stand out. So So we'll put some big ones on here and we'll put some small ones on here. And you can use your take your pick tool. Oh, Sharon, you make a pumpkin cheesecake. That I am totally about that. My favorite dessert would be cheesecake. I love cheesecake. When actually for our wedding cake, my husband and I had I guess I don't know what you call it, but it was like a layer of cake and a layer of cheesecake all together. So yeah, we love cheesecake. We actually just had our anniversary in October, and we stopped at a place not too far from us and picked up a caramel cashew cheesecake. It was fabulous. I make, occasionally I make a carrot cheesecake, and I really love that. So see how those red gems just really make your card pop. I love that about these. That's the great thing with using the blends, is how you can color any of your gems. Okay, time for our inside. And there we go. Card number 3 done, guys. We're kind of going through this pretty fast. So here is card number 3. There we go. Or at least it seems fast. I don't know. Okay. So, on to our next card. Oops, I'm making a mess over here, guys. Got some leaning towers here. Our next card is going to be okay, Star of Night. Okay, so here is our card. Thank you guys. I'm glad you guys like these cards. Now, I'm curious, with all these cards and stuff like that, do you guys like the idea of a card buffet? You know, those of you who ordered online, you were able to, you got all 6 cards, but would you like the option to be able to pick and choose if I do a card buffet again? Would you like to be able to pick and choose which cards you like, or did you like just having all 6 cards? Just curious what you guys are kind of liking. I'm probably looking at doing another one in spring. I'm thinking like a Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, something like that. We'll see what the new catalog has in store for us. I'll actually be able to get to see it next weekend because On Stage is here. So here is this card. And I don't know if you guys have seen, but Christine and Diane are doing a class using this set, and oh my gosh, their cards are amazing. So don't forget to check those out, okay? Okay, so for this card, we have our Knight of Navy base, 4 1/4 by 11, scored in half, at 5 1/2, okay? We have a piece of, oh, we don't want to lose our stars. These are valuable. You couldn't, those have been on back order. I don't even know if they're back in stock or not. Does anyone know? So I don't want to lose those. So we have a piece of boho blue, and we embossed it with the stars embossing folder. and one of the Night of Navy pieces of DSP, okay? We have a gold star here and 2 strips of the gold glimmer paper, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put down our DSP, okay? Now I want to be able to tuck these glitter pieces underneath here. So I'm not taking my glue necessarily all the way to the edge up here on the top and on the bottom. On the sides it's fine, but leave a little bit of space for you to tuck under. And we're going to bring this up. We're not going to center this necessarily on the page, but we're going to bring it closer to the top like this, okay? Okay, so we have that. Then, oh my goodness, I'm missing ribbon, guys. So on here, we have a piece of the navy and gold sparkly ribbon. It's so pretty. Maybe this is glaring probably too much, but you can kind of see the little bit of glimmer down through here. So this has that piece of ribbon, and I must not have that one in my kit. So we'll skip the ribbon, and we will put this layer on top like this. Now, if for any reason you guys ever notice I'm missing something out of your kits, please, please, please reach out to me and let me know. I will make sure that you get it, okay? So please just let me know. I appreciate that. Things happen sometimes, and no, the stars are back in stock, expected November 13th. So yes, they're next week or a week and a half from now, they'll be back in stock. So when they come back in stock, you're going to want to get these. Okay, so we have that down. Now I am going to take my gold strips here. I wonder what my family is doing. My daughter just texted me and she wants to know if she can eat dinner. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. I'm guessing maybe my boys are all at the farm and she stayed home to have a quiet girls' day by herself. I'm not sure. I thought my husband was making dinner, but maybe he's not. I don't know. Might be leftovers when I get home. Okay, so now you're going to take your DSP and just lift it up. Now, when I made this card originally, I just kind of eyeballed it and put it on, but this might be easier for you guys to just take this piece and just tuck it like that, okay? Isn't that true though with kids? They always want to know what they can eat. That's a never-ending thing in my house. And then I give them all sorts of these wonderful ideas, and they never like what I give them. They're like, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. They're not too picky as far as eaters go, but okay, guys. I was just telling you guys before how easy this paper was that comes off the back of this glimmer. I was struggling there a little bit, but I've got it now, guys. Okay. Oops. Tucked it in a little too far. Okay. There we go. So just like that, guys, okay? Alrighty, so then we are going to put our star on. Actually, I want my mini dimensionals for this one. And I'm going to put him so that he is slightly off of the blue paper a little bit. So just like that. Okay, so now we'll do our stamping. And where is... I have a little tiny strip. It's like a 1/4 inch strip that goes along. I'm trying to think. In the kits, I believe I did put a larger piece. Don't quote me on that. I thought I put a larger piece in case you had a larger sentiment you wanted to use if you didn't have this one at home. Where is it? Here we go. So we're going to use our boho blue. And we will do our best to center this in the middle of this tiny itty bitty little strip. Oh, I did it. Yay, guys. Oh, and we'll keep this open because we will do the inside of our card. We're going to print Merry Christmas and Night of Navy. That does not look like it got inked up. Let's see, let's hope it works. It doesn't look like it's... Okay, good deal. And then in that set, there's this little like 3 stars. I'm gonna just take my boho blue and put that in the corners, just like that. Oh, and I just stuck my fingers in the ink, you guys. Look at that. Looks like I'll need my ink eraser, and I was doing so good. Okay. So I'm not going to glue this in. I want to make sure I can get that ink off before I put it down. We are going to put some dimensionals. Where's my itty bitty? I'm putting stuff all over, guys. I'm getting out of control. The tiny dimensionals just fit on these. Marlene, welcome from Idaho. Thank you for joining in. Don't forget, guys, here we go. I haven't done this in probably the last 2 times, but I'm going to ask you guys to like and share this video. Make sure to comment that you shared. That's the only way I seem to be able to know if you guys have done so. Make sure you go over to my Glitter and Ink page on Facebook. It's Glitter and Ink with Gina, and come follow me over there. Eventually, that is the platform that I will move to. I will eventually get my own YouTube channel, and I will be doing my own videos, but for now, this is what works. I have a very small space, and I honestly don't have room for any more stuff in my house, or barely. Yes. Oh, I didn't need these extra glue sticks here. Look at me. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off. So, for all of you who share and like, I will send out a little goodie out to you, and I will do that drawing. Let me see. How about next weekend? I will give you guys a week to check in and do that, and for those of you that do, I'll enter you in a drawing, and we'll go from there. Hello, Julie. Welcome. I hope you had fun stamping yesterday. Julie was in the hive yesterday stamping away. And now we're going to add our 2 stars here, and then we'll add a diamond in the center of our star. Like so. So there we go. Card number 4 is done and complete. What do you guys think of this one? Where are we? This black on here looks kind of scary sometimes, doesn't it? Okay. Hi, Deb. Welcome. Clean up my mess a little bit that I am making here in the studio. All right. We will do our tree card next. We're going to do a little bit of heat embossing with this one. So here we go. It's a little, here's our inside. I didn't glue them in for class today so that they could keep them in the plastic sheets. Okay, so here's our card. We got another Z fold here. Thank you for sharing, Sharon. That could be a mouthful. That's a lot of S's there. Okay. So let's bring in all of our goodies. Okay. So we have our garden green base. Fold in half. And then we're going to take this flap and we're going to fold it back like so, okay? Then we're going to do our stamping with this card next because we have some stamping to do before. So we're going to do that next. We'll hold off on everything else. So we're going to stamp our inside. Our inside we're going to use Real Red. And don't put it upside down. Hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. Okay. And then we have a little star over here. And we're going to tuck that in the corner over here. Just like that. Not a whole lot of stamping, pretty easy. Then the next thing we're going to do some heat embossing. So we have our Christmas tree right here. Okay, and we're going to take our embossing buddy. How many of you like to heat emboss? Or paste emboss, whichever, are we fans or no? Okay, so we rub that over the top. And what that does is help kind of dry off the paper and keep the powder from sticking in places that you don't want it. And if you have any oils on your fingers, it helps with that too. So we're going to use our Versamark ink and ink this up. And then we're going to stamp "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" right kind of in the center of this. Like so. bring in our tray here. And see, we have a little powder that's stuck on the corner there. Just gonna take a brush. I think I had a little oil on my finger, it looks like. Okay, and just like that, okay? I will clean this part up later. Okay, then we're going to bring our heat gun in. And here, I've never used these. I'll use a little tweezer so I don't burn my fingers. How many of you have ever done this and you've burned your fingers? I have one too many times. And the cord doesn't quite reach, but maybe you guys can see me doing this here. And you'll see that it'll get, I don't know if I can, it will get glossy if I hold it in the camera just right. Maybe you guys can see. So here, the end of Christmas is there we go. So just like that, it's all done. Okay, so now we'll bring our other pieces in. Don't lose your star. We have our little tree base here. Okay, so on this piece, we needed a frame here. So I cut that out of our mat that goes inside of our card. So we'll glue that down. Like that. So like I said, great ways to save paper when you can do this. Then we will take our inside and we will glue our inside. It's a great way to stretch your paper out. Let it last a little bit longer. Okay. Then we have a piece of cherry cobbler that goes here, and then our DSP. Make sure I cut this right. I noticed I didn't cut one or two of them right at class this morning, but quick, easy fix. And then we'll adhere this to, Deb, you like the look of heat embossing? I do too. Just adds a little extra dimension and something different, and I really like it on this Christmas tree. I think it just looks really sharp. If you don't have embossing powders and stuff, that's okay. Another option for you would be, you could stamp in black on here, or you could take a thin white label and put a little label right here and stamp on that. So that's another option for you, for those of you that may not have the heat embossing supplies. Okay, so now we have our frame, and we have a little white piece that we emboss with the hashtag folder. And now we are going to only put dimensionals on this half. Let's hope I'm eyeballing this good. Probably not the best way to do it, but it's kind of how I cook too sometimes. I just kind of, that looks like a cup, or that's good enough. So kind of how I do it now. I mean, I measure things, but sometimes I'm just that'll be good enough. Okay, put our frame on, center that in here. Like so. Then we're going to add our little tree base here. He's going to go in the center down at the very bottom. Add a few dimensionals to our Christmas tree. Now you could also add Wink of Stella to your tree if you'd like. And then I'm going to glue our star at the top. And there we go. So just like that, another really easy card. Okay, I think we're on our final card, you guys. Thank you for hanging in with me here as 6 cards is a lot of cards, but thank you. So, our final card must have been the favorite card, because this one, I think I ended up, at least for the in-person version, I ended up cutting double the amount of cards for this kit than I did any of the other cards. So this was a favorite. So there were 2 options. I shouldn't say 2 options. I went with 2 options. Like I said, to keep DSP in the same families and stuff like that. So we have one that was done in Lost Lagoon and another that was done in Misty Moonlight. And I like them both equally, but I do like the Lost Lagoon. There's something soft and tranquil about it. This is a great, Christmas card, or I made this one a birthday card, or unfortunately, sometimes we need a sympathy card. So I thought this is a nice winter sympathy card too. So you have options. So it depends if you need more Christmas cards or if you need more of something else. Hey guys, I just realized I forgot to add gems to our last card. So don't forget to add your gems to the card. Okay, so we are doing the Misty Moonlight one. Traditional card base, fold it in half, burnish your edges. Okay, and then you have 2 pieces of DSP. So you have kind of this watercolored look one. That's gonna go on the bottom of your smoky gray piece, and then your watercolored trees are gonna go on the top, or you could switch them if you want. Remember, these are your cards, so feel free to make these however you would like. Thank you guys. I really appreciate all your support and appreciate that you guys are loving these cards. Okay, so we're going to put our first piece down. Like so. I will say, I really feel that Stampin' Up! In this catalog kind of blew it out of the park with DSP. The DSPs in this holiday catalog are absolutely gorgeous, and that could be why they keep selling out so much, but just absolutely Gorgeous. Welcome, Judy. I'm glad you're joining us. It's never too late to join us. Okay, then we have a piece of the white herringbone ribbon, and I'm going to place that. So they kind of butt up to each other, but there's a little space, and that's okay because we're going to cover that with ribbon. So we're going to use a little bit of tear tape. Fold that over, and then same with the other side. Better make sure I put them on straight though. There we go. So now we have our ribbon on, okay? Then I could probably wait till I'm all done. I tend to do my cards probably a little bit different than Christine. She would wait to probably glue this on, but I get ahead of myself. And so I'm gonna glue this on right away. So I would love to know, what is your guys' favorite card? Obviously in person, this was the favorite card, but I would love to hear which card is your favorite. Okay, so then we have a smoky slate label, a white label, and then we have a colored tree. So you're either gonna have Lost Lagoon or Misty Moonlight. And then you have two silver trees. And as far as I know, I've used a lot of this gold and silver in these cards, but last night when I was looking for it online, it looks like this was an online exclusive paper. It looks like it's not available anymore, so that makes me sad, but oh, okay, so I'm going to pop up this label. Don't forget to use your edges. These are always good dimensionals to use. Sharon, you need to wait and see them all side by side, right? Okay, so we're gonna center this like so. And of course, I'm gonna use some Wink of Stella here. And sparkle up our trees. Or give them a dusting of snow, however you want to look at it. I don't want to think of snow quite yet, but we already had it here, so yikes. And then with this tree and the larger silver tree, I cut part of the base off so that it didn't come through the other end of the labels. So just be aware that you're just going to snip off part of this. And part of this one. Okay, so I just took the little bit of the end off here, okay? All right, so now we're gonna stamp. So we're going to use the Tidings of Comfort and Peace in Misty Moonlight. Like that, and then we're going to take our white piece. What did I put in the white? Merry Christmas. Here we go. So we're going to do, oh, here's my Merry Christmas, guys. I lost it for a second. Exactly, Deb. card is so peaceful looking. That is probably why I love it so much. And I feel like it's a very neutral, like it doesn't necessarily scream Christmas. It could be, like I said, birthday or sympathy, however you want to look at it. Oh, we're gonna flip this over because Merry Christmas should be in Smoky Slate, and we're gonna make our trees blue, guys. So we're gonna flip this over, do it again. So this is the Forever Forest stamp set, and I inked up only half of it because I'm not using the whole stamp, and I really only want 2 trees on here. So we just got 2 trees there, and we'll stamp off. I had ink on my card again. And there we go. There. We did that in class too today. Some people had gray trees and instead of the blue trees or the Lost Lagoon trees. But that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna glue our inside. Put that in before I forget. It's a great thing. There's 2 sides to every piece of paper, so if you make an oops, you can flip it over. Okay, then I'm going to use my mini dimensionals. Cindy, welcome. You're watching from Canada. So I have Australia and Canada today. So thank you, ladies, for joining me from afar. I think I'll just do 2. The dimensional did not want to go. So I have my gray label down. I'm going to print my blue tree. Oh, here's my bigger tree. Here's a silver on one side. And another one on this side. I'm trying to tuck him a little bit more behind. And I think I'm going to do that with this one too, so that my blue tree stands out just a little bit more. Actually, I want them a little bit lower. I want this one a little bit lower too. Because no trees are the same height, right? Okay, more dimensionals. Center that in the middle of our label and add a few gems. So we're just going to put them here like this. And there we go. We did all 6 cards now, guys. Okay, let me grab them all and we'll see what your favorite is. Okay, here we go. So we have the Wish You a Merry Christmas, our Star of Night, our Berry Christmas, Season's Greeting, and I'm Thankful. Now with all these cards in here, I didn't realize I have 3 blue cards in here and kind of 2 traditional, and then we have our fall colors. So what is your favorite, everyone? Here, I'll switch it up. We'll do this. Ta-da, looks like I have more color variation here. Thank you, Sharon. So like I said before, I'd love to hear if you guys would like to see another card buffet. I'd be willing to do more. Like I said, I was looking at maybe doing one in the springtime, maybe doing something with a Mother's Day, Father's Day, things like that. So I just love to know your thoughts. This was an experiment, kind of. Chris asked if I wanted to take on a card buffet, and I said sure. And then as I'm like, well, I'm doing all this work, like just to have it in person, so why not offer it online? So I would love your guys' feedback on all of that. And like I said, tell me what your favorite card is. So far we've got Love Them All. Let's see. Oh, Deb says hard to choose. Merry Trees and Tidings of Comfort of Joy. Those 2 are the votes that I see right now. So like I said again, please join me on my Glitter and Ink page on Facebook and follow me over there. Don't forget to share this video. I will share it to my Glitter and Ink page. You guys can share it from there, but please let me know if you shared it, and I will do a drawing next week. Maybe some of you I will see next weekend at Onstage here in the Hive, where we will get to watch Onstage virtually, and you guys can remind me that I have to do a drawing. You guys could join me for that, and I'll have one of you guys maybe pull out the lucky winners. So let me know. Like I said, share, and a goodie will come your way. So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's class, and I will actually be back tomorrow. I will show you what I'm doing quick. Where did I put those cards? So I will be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time, and I am doing technique class. So for technique class, we are doing, here I'll move these out of the way, a fractured card. So here's our technique here. So fractured card, you guys are not going to believe how easy it is to do this card. It's a very simple technique, and most of the time when you see a fractured card, you're seeing it in the square or the diamond look. I use the countryside dies instead and did the same thing. So we had that, and then I did share this at a team meeting last month, but kind of a puzzle, I guess I'm going to say. A tri-puzzle is kind of what I called it. I don't know if there's a technical name for it or not, but it's where you take 3 pieces of DSP and you cut them all together the same way, and then you take a piece and put it on each different card. So essentially it's the same card, you just moved your DSPs around. So I will be live tomorrow morning. You can catch me at 10 o'clock a.m. So thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I hope you guys are getting inspired and ready to get your Christmas cards done. So thank you again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.